Placing anchors in sublayouts allows you to call the reader, an object, or layer-based action. Anchors can have an activated and a deactivated state. In this example, there are two anchors in the scrollable layout. One is above the picture of sand, and the other is above the picture of wood. There are two actions on each anchor. The actions state that when the anchor is activated, meaning shown, that layer will be shown, and when the anchor is deactivated or hidden, that layer will be hidden. Because the anchor above the sand image is visible, it is showing me a layer I named sand, which is the image to the right. As I scroll down, the anchor is no longer visible, so the sand image or layer disappears. As the anchor above the wood image becomes visible, the wood layer is shown, and the image on the right changes to show the different layer. As I scroll back up, the wood layer is hidden and the sand layer is shown. In this video, I'll show you how to create this simple enrichment using sublayouts, layers, and anchors. The first thing you need to do is place all the images that you want to change as anchors become active in their own separate named layers. In my example, I made two layers, one named wood and the other named sand. I placed the images I wanted to appear in their own respective layer. I then hid both layers in the Layers panel. Next, you need to define the frame for the sub layout. You choose File New from the menu. In the New Document window, turn off Facing Pages as this feature is not supported. When defining the size, be aware of the size of the frame you made in InDesign. For example, I defined my frame as 360 for the width and 700 for the height. That means that this sub-layout document needs to be the same width. I'll define the width as 360 pixels. In order for the scroll action to work vertically, this document needs to be taller than 700 pixels. I'll define the height as 1400 pixels. It is also a good idea to control your margin. I'll define my margin as 18. Click OK once you've set up the document specifications. Now that you have the sub-layout as an external document, you can add your layout. To save time, I already have a layout stored in a library that's ready to use. Now for the anchors. The anchors are like imaginary activation points. Therefore, you should just use frames with no color or border to define the anchor. I'll start by drawing a frame over the top image. Next, I'll select the anchor enrichment in the AVE interactivity panel. I'll start by giving the anchor a name. The anchor has two actions, on activate, meaning shown, or on deactivate, meaning hidden. I'll set the first action to activate to tell layer. Next, I'll type in the layer's name, sand, as I have defined it in the other InDesign document. For to execute, I'll choose change visibility, and for visibility, I'll choose visible. For the actions on deactivate, I'll again tell the layer sand to execute change visibility for the layer sand. Only this time I'll make it hidden when it is deactivated or invisible. Now I can draw a second frame over the wood image and set it up the exact same way. Only this time I'll replace the word sand for wood in the actions panel. Once your sub-layout is complete, you can save it and give it a name. You can now close the sub-layout document. Now navigate back to the main document where you made the frame for the sub-layout enrichment. Select the frame and place the InDesign document using File Place. The InDesign document will be imported into the frame. Next, you will need to add the sub-layout enrichment using the Interactivity panel. Choose AVE Publishing, AVE Interactivity to open the Interactivity panel. Choose Sub-Layout as the enrichment. You can leave the scroll direction set to vertical, since this is a vertical sub-layout. The navigation mode can be left set to swipe. Show arrows when scroll are the circles with triangles that let a user know there is more information to scroll into. I'll uncheck this. Show scroll bar will show a scroll bar instead of the arrows to track the user's progress in the sub-layout. I'll choose this feature. Once you've defined your settings, you can preview your enrichment using My Kiosk. In My Kiosk, you can see that the sub-layout scrolls vertically and a scroll bar appears on the right side. As I scroll to the bottom, the wood appears. As I scroll back to the top, the sand appears. I hope this simple example sparks your imagination into the amazing realm of what kind of advanced interactivities are possible using anchors. Thanks.